Here we go. UFC 312. Harry with Pro Smoke Bets. Hey, so we started the beginning of this year with a sizable bankroll. All right, and we've been killing it week after week. We're now moving on to what? Week 4, week 5. And we have an incredible main event fight with Strickland do Plessis. How we making money on it though? That's the question, right? So this is the bankroll, all right, last week. That's the bankroll last week. $1,571.42. What did we do? We took Vinicius Oliveira, okay, and we parlayed him. We parlayed him. That's all we did. We parlayed him, and we also had another parlay with Nasruddin Imavov, Sergey Pavlovich, and the incredible Terrence McKinney. All right. So what we do is we take percentage, okay, a percentage of the bankroll, and that's what we bet. All right, if you want more information on that, all you have to do is visit proschmobets.com. You get the fight card summary, details, reports behind the picks, and we're moving on. So, this is what we earned, $628.56. That's what we earned. That's what we earned. That's it. All right, and for this fight card, okay, with Pro Schmo community, known for being the best cappers in women's MMA. All right, that's how I made a name in this space. Okay, capping women's MMA, and now we have Weili Zhang versus Tatiana Suarez. Okay, but if you want to get to that segment in the video, fast forward so you could learn about who we're deciding on there. All right, so we're just opening up this fight card. Very simple. We're going to the prelims, baby. Prelims on this fight card between Hyung Sung and Tumendem Barol. All right, and we got the Mongolian versus the South Korean. A prime 29-year-old in Park against Tumendem Barol. All right. So the striking between them both, you can say, is fair. I think the entire body of work they have between grappling and striking, you can say, is fair. I guess, we're going with Hyung Sung Park. He's 29 years old. Tumendem Barol is someone that has height and reach advantage over Park. Has good scrambles if taken there, and I guess his striking is fair. All right. So good straight shots to Park will certainly work in your favor for live betting if that's what you want. We're going with Park here, and we're going to continue to move up this fight card because there's a lot to get to, especially the bigger cards, bigger fights on the card, I should say. Man, you know what? We're just running up this fight card, man. Quilland Salkid and Anshul Jubilee. I love this guy. He's on. There's no way Jubilee is defeating this guy. Salkid is an overall fighter, has every possible edge here, particularly in the grappling. And I could even see him striking with Jubilee with no problem. All right, look at that. 2 knockouts, submissions, and I mean, Jubilee's a decision machine. Look at that, 4 and 2 losses. All right, we have Kevin Josette, Jonathan McAuliffe. Listen, McAuliffe, Contender Series debut, great fighter. Josette, small heart syndrome. He had that fight with Brian Battle. Brian Battle had absolutely no understanding of whether he would lock his hands in for a double leg or not. And it's finally clicked, and he made it happen for him. But that's because Kevin Josette, permitted that. Jonathan, I know, is very young, but the guy is an impressive grappler. He can wrestle, he can strike with you. Josette requires the wall. If he fights in the center of the octagon, he gets touched. So this is tailor-made for Jonathan Mikaulef. It's Jonathan on the money line. Let's see what else we could share. Cody Steele, Rongzhu. We're going with Rongzhu. They're both impressive wrestlers. Rongzhu can scramble well. Cody sits on his punches too much, and I think that's what's going to cost him this fight. I understand Rongzhu's only 24, but this guy's sparring with he's just such a Puritan when it comes to MMA, and he does what he can to train, and I think he has a passion for the sport where he's still taking pictures with said superstars like Adesanya, following everyone around. Like he's fanning. He's a fanboy for MMA fighters. He is 24, but I'd like to see him through. I'm confident here. Rongzhu, Cody Steele, man, what's he gonna do? Grapple? I mean, Zhu has an answer for that. Topuria, Colby Thickness. This is short notice fight. What am I going to share with you guys here? Alexander Topuria. Guy's a sizable bantamweight. Look at the frame on Colby. This is crazy. All right, for a short notice fight is Alexander on the money line. If you're doing anything otherwise, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. All right. Kong Wang knocking out Bruna Brazil. Absolutely. But what's Bruna doing? She's not grappling. And the only reason she caught Molly McCann is because Molly McCann is a sizable strawweight. Wang's got the power. And she's pretty persuasive, man. She really wants this. So she's got all the kickboxing experience. Bruna is very technical, and I'm pretty sure that at the Fighting Nerds, they have her rolling on the mats, hoping that that's what she'll do. A single leg to double leg transition on Kong Wang, probably clinch her against the wall, 5 minutes that way. But Wang has these uppercuts. I mean, it's just not gonna fare well for Bruna. Bruna had opponents like the Irish, what's her name? Goodness gracious, how do we get there? Bannett, Shauna Bannett, right? And Shauna Bannon, and Shauna has no power. Okay, so that's a problem. Tom Nolan, Slava, this is great. We know Tom Nolan's got hands, man. This guy's got good striking. He is 24. Slava's 33. With Team Alpha Male, Song Yodong, wrestlers. Okay, Uriah Faber, and Slava's got this, man. We could talk about this technically, but I'd like to just run through this video and give you considerations you're not thinking about. So, Tom Nolan's too tall, too large for this weight class. Slava's just gonna chop this guy down and potentially put him out. I hope he does. And yeah, let's see next. But no, if you have Tom Nolan as your dog of the week, I would not advise that. Jack Jenkins, man, he's too small, man, too small. He likes to, put on weight. He likes to be stocky. He's 31. He's over the hill. Gabriel Santos, 28. He's prime. Fought David Onamas. Fought Leron Murphy. This guy's fought good competition. And yes, he gets caught, but he's 28 years old. Is Jack Jenkins going to catch him? Absolutely not. The reach too short. The cardio's not there. Could he hurt Gabriel in the first round, maybe into the second round? Yes, if they scramble, who's got the edge there? Gabriel's too big. Jack is just too powerful. And at the end of the day, man, Gabriel's got good timing. He's got good speed. And I think that's going to make a world of difference here. All right? As we move on, I plan not to get any of these wrong. I'm telling you right now, I'm not getting any. I did taping for this. Look, see, Francisco Prado, this is a problem, man. Francisco Prado is too young. He's too short for the weight class. His head is in abnormal size. His skull is abnormal in size. All right, fills in the traps. This is where the weight comes from. He is powerful, but his short reach is not going to help him here with Jake Matthews. Jake Matthews had a problem fighting Michael Morales because Michael Morales was always fighting in his range. All right, keeping his distance, and that's tough for Jake. Where with Francisco, he doesn't have to worry about that. All right, so this is Jake Matthews on the money line. They scramble, it's Jake Matthews. They strike, it's Jake Matthews. Jake is too technical, and yes, he is chinny. Don't get me wrong. So if you do bet Francisco Prado, it's Francisco Prado first round. First in the first round. That's it. All right, but I got Jake Matthews on the money line. I'm convinced. All right, here we go. We got Jimmy Crute, Rodolfo Bellato, two meatheads going at it face to face. This is incredible, this fight here. And Jimmy Crute, he's a sizable wrestler. He can strike. He's fought guys like Jamal Hill. And, he's always training in the gym for strikers. So when he fought with Alonzo Menafield, Alonzo got the best of him. I think Jimmy Crute had slipped. And that's all she wrote. Jimmy Crute's looking great. He's given his life to Jesus Christ. And we got Rodolfo Bellato, who the UFC, I don't think finds much favor in his fighting style. I think they want the wrestler to pass him over here. So I like Jimmy Crute as the dog. Taliesin Teixeira, huge fan, man. But Justin Tafa, he's just going to do work, man. If Taliesin is planning to chase down Justin Tafa through the fight, I mean, once it gets into the clinching game, it's the knees for Tafa. I mean, Tafa's reach is is incredible. And I think that Taliesin is a bit too slow for this size. And I think that's because of his age. That's it. He's 25 years old. What are you getting out of a heavyweight, a light at 25 years old? That's crazy. All right, 31 years old in Justin Tafa. I think this is the big upset on the card. People will be disappointed. I know people think that the UFC is trying to get this Iron Giant into the UFC to make notable fights with him and I guess back him as a superstar. But no, you need to be on your timing when you're boxing. You need footwork. You need power. Despite his straight shots, Justin can counter him. So Zhang Wei Li, Tatiana Suarez, what a fight! Tatiana Suarez would have been champion by now. She's defeated Alexa Grasso, Carla Esparza, who are strawweight champions. Okay, and I don't want to take anything away from Zhang Wei Li. Maybe 4 years ago, 3 years ago, had they faced off, Wei Li would be in her prime. She's outside of that now, and I know that the age appears to be relative, but you know, MMA is a sport where, unlike bare knuckle fighting, there is damage to the brain. There really is. Okay. Tatiana Suarez is not only a wrestler, dominant. We're talking single leg to double leg. We're talking top control in seconds. I mean, incredible. But she's also a grappler. She's a black belt. She's impressive, unlike anything people have seen on a strawweight. Zhang Wei Li was sitting octagon side to see the Shevchenko Alexa Grasso fight a few months ago. Shevchenko was injured. The plan was to get Wei Li to move up, Tatiana Suarez to face Verna Jandiroba. All right. So Zhang Wei Li had plans to seek a double champ status. And I think that despite you all may not believing that the UFC do have carved out some nationalist loyalty to American branding in the MMA sport, like they do for Brazil, I really don't think they want a Chinese fighter to be a double champ. Not before Rose Namajunas, not before Tatiana Suarez. All right, and I think they would have trouble with Shevchenko accomplishing something like that. But if they are working something out like that, where Wei Li defeats Tatiana Suarez and now faces off Shevchenko, Shevchenko's defeating Wei Li. We know that. And I don't know what Shevchenko will do with a strawweight belt, which is interesting. But it's Tatiana's time. She's a cancer survivor. I understand that she might not have the particular hands to strike toe-to-toe with Wei Li. She doesn't have Lemos' power, but you don't need that at strawweight. What you need is strong grappling. Why do you think Verna Jandiroba has made it so far in the UFC, right? So you need to have a wrestling pedigree if you can to be dominant, right? We're talking Rose Namajunas with her jiu-jitsu. We're talking Carla Esparza with her wrestling, right? So yeah, not to draw or take anything away from Zhang Wei Li, but I think this is the fight to move on, to flyweight. And in interviews, she's pretty convinced that after this, that's the direction she's going. That's where the UFC wants her. I think they made this fight for Suarez, and she's had a good time, to develop into that. Now, if you have doubts about what I'm saying, well, I understand, because you believe that when they match made Tatiana Suarez and Jandiroba recently, that Tatiana Suarez had sustained an injury, right? Well, there was no injury in particular that was disclosed. Exactly. This is called politics. All right. So Tatiana Suarez has been healthy through and through, and she's ready. All right. With Patchy Mix octagon side. I like Driscus du Plessis. I'm betting this. Sean Strickland, Driscus to go the full distance plus 400 odds. Sean Strickland is looking sharp. So damage will be seen here. But Driscus is so powerful that he's just going to shut down Sean. Just going to shut him down. Sean has a difficult time reading Driscus. I believe they will both take each other down. I know they had these drills going on in the gym. Driscus is just too strong, too powerful. After nasal surgery, he's got the wind in his sails. He's going, bro. And Sean Strickland, man, that guy's been, man, this fight is incredible, and I hope to see all rounds go through, just so you can see how close it would be anyway. Because yes, Sean Strickland does possess the skill set to cause Driscus damage, but there is apprehension to let it all go, and I think that's why Dricus du Plessis merits the belt. And in this rematch, he will get it again. All right, and by this I mean Driscus. He leaves it all in there, man. He takes a risk. You understand? That's a big deal when you take a risk in the octagon, like maybe throwing an overhand and risking your head so low after 2, 3 attempts, where a high knee could just catch you and it's over for you. Yeah, I mean, I've seen him with Israel Adesanya. I mean, we've seen Driscus with Robert Whitaker. I mean, what else are you gonna see? We've seen him with Sean. So again, Sean is not risking anything. He's incredible, but he's so calibrated that I think that if he's not synthesizing or synchronizing his fight, his shot selection, and it doesn't, if it don't make sense, it don't make dollars. That's it. All right, for him. And despite all the talking and what you've seen, for example, footage of how relentless Sean Strickland's offensive wrestling is, he just won't, because he doesn't want to get his back taken by Driscus. Things of that nature, where Driscus don't give a fuck. He don't care. He doesn't care. All right, guys, so we got the fight to go the full distance. I hope Dricus du Plessis wins the fight. That's all she wrote. I'll catch you on the flip side. You want the betting card predictions? You want the write-up, the summary? We'll go into detail. For example, the drunken stance in said fighter here, who is going to throw off completely Anshul Jubilee. This guy, Quillen Salkilled. What a drunken stance this guy's got. Yeah, Cody Steele, the incredible traps that are going to weigh his arms down. Too heavy. Wrong Zhu. Just too tall. His chin is too high. Steele's going to have to throw some crazy overhands and risk getting taken down or getting hit to the body. You got, but hey, I'm not giving it all away. You want the details? You must. You must. You must. You must. You must. You must. Check us out at proschmobets.com.